Hello everyone, welcome back to TechieTalksAI. Today, I'm going to show you something very exciting. Imagine you have an app idea in your mind, maybe a to-do app, an image generator, or a booking app, a dashboard, or even a full business tool. Normally, to build that, you need to know coding, setup, debugging, GitHub, deployment, hosting, and many other things. But now with AI coding tools like OpenAI Codex, the game is changing. The game is changing completely. You can explain what you want in plain English, and Codex can help you write code, fix errors, create features, connect with GitHub, and even deploy your app online. In this video, I'll explain this in a very beginner-friendly way. No complicated jargon, no boring theory, just a simple practical roadmap. By the end of this video, you will clearly understand how Codex can take you from idea to code, to GitHub, to deployment, and to make the app live. So watch till the end because this may completely change how beginners, students, freelancers, small business owners, and even non-programmers build software. And if you are new here, please subscribe to TechieTalksAI because on this channel we talk about AI, coding, robotics, electronics, automation, and all the exciting technologies that are shaping the future. Let's begin. Let's start with the big picture. OpenAI Codex is like your AI coding partner. Think of it like this. Instead of you sitting alone and writing every line of code manually, you now have an intelligent assistant sitting beside you. You can say, build me a simple to-do app, or create a web app with login and dark mode, or fix this error in my Python code. And Codex can understand your request and help create the software. For a beginner, this is powerful because you do not have to start with a blank screen. The blank screen is one of the scariest things in coding. Codex gives you a starting point. It writes the first version, then you can improve it step by step. But here is the important point. Codex is not magic in the sense that you should blindly trust everything. It is a powerful assistant. You are still the director. You give the idea, you review the output, you test it, you improve it. So the new skill is not just coding. The new skill is explaining clearly what you want and checking the result and guiding the AI properly. That is why I say the future developer is not only a coder, future developer is an AI project conductor. Now let's use the first way to use Codex, the command line interface. For beginners, the CLI may look scary because it is just a blank screen with text. But actually, this is very powerful. You type a command, Codex understands what you want. It can create files, generate code, run tests, and help you build your apps locally within that folder. For example, you may type something like create a simple Python web app that says hello world. Codex can then generate the Flash code, create the file, and help you run it. This is very useful for people who want speed. In traditional coding, you have to remember the exact syntax, file names, folder structure, and commands. But with Codex, you can describe the goal in English. But still, beginners must understand one thing. CLI is powerful, but also sensitive. If you give a wrong instruction or run commands without understanding it, it may change files in your project. So my advice is simple. Use CLI when you want speed, but always work inside a test folder first. Create a small demo project, try simple prompts, see what Codex creates. Then slowly move to bigger projects. This is how you learn safely and confidently. Second way to use Codex is through IDE extension. An IDE is your coding workplace. For example, Visual Studio Code. This is where many developers spend most of their time. The beauty of using Codex inside an IDE is that you do not need to keep switching between different tools. Your code is on the left, Codex is on the side. You can ask questions directly inside the editor. For example, you can highlight a function and ask, what does this function do? Or why is this code giving an indentation error? Or add search and filter functionality on this page. This is very helpful for beginners because you learn while building. You're not just copying code, You are seeing the code, asking questions, fixing errors, and understanding the logic. This is where Codex becomes not only a code generator but also a coding teacher. And this is very important. If you only use AI to generate code, you may finish one project, but you learn very little. But if you ask it why, how, and what each part does, you become stronger every day. So for learners, IDE integration is one of the best ways to use Codex. It gives you help exactly where you need inside your code. Third way is the dedicated Codex Desktop App. Here we can download the app. I'm on my Mac. Now, this is exciting for beginners because it gives you one place to work. You can type your prompt, see the code, preview the result, and continue improving the app. Imagine you say, build a simple to-do list app with search and filters. Codex can create the app structure, show you the code, and also help you preview the result. This makes software creation feel more visual. For beginners, this is important because they do not always understand files, folders, dependencies, servers, and terminals. The desktop app can simplify the experience. It feels more like ask, build, preview, improve. This is exactly how beginners should learn. You first create something simple, then you change one thing, then you preview, then you improve. The loop is very powerful. The desktop app approach is especially useful for non-technical founders, students, freelancers, creators, and small business owners. You want to turn ideas into working apps. But remember, even if the interface is simple, the thinking must be clear. The better you prompt, the better your result. And now comes a very powerful and slightly dangerous feature, the YOLO mode. YOLO means you only live once. In AI coding tools, YOLO mode usually means the AI gets more freedom to take actions automatically. It may write code, edit files, run commands, test, fix errors, and continue working with less manual approval. This can feel magical. You give a task and the AI starts working like a junior developer. It reads the requirement, writes code, runs tests, finds errors, fixes them, tries again. But here is the important warning. Do not blindly trust the YOLO mode. For beginners, I want to explain it like giving your car keys to a very fast driver. The driver may be talented, but you still need to check where the car is going. So when you use YOLO mode, follow these safety rules. First, use it inside a separate project folder. Second, keep your code in GitHub so you can undo changes. Third, review the final result carefully. YOLO mode is not for careless work. It is for speeding up repetitive development tasks. Use it like a powerful assistant, not like an uncontrolled robot. When used properly, it can save hours, but when used blindly, it can create confusion. So the golden rule is let Codex work fast, but you review smart. This is one of the most exciting features, image input. Imagine you draw a sketch of a website on a paper, or you take a screenshot of a design, or you show up a UI idea with boxes, buttons, images, and text. Now Codex can look at that image and understand the design. Then it can convert that idea into code. This is amazing for beginners because many people think visually. They may not know how to describe CSS layout, flexbox, grid, margins, buttons, or cards, but they can draw a rough layout. For example, here is my landing page sketch. Make this into a React component, or here is a product card design, convert it into HTML or Tailwind CSS. This is a huge productivity booster. It is also useful for small businesses. A business owner can sketch a booking page, product page, or dashboard, and Codex can help convert that into working interface. But again, the first version may not be perfect. You may need to say, make the button bigger, use a cleaner layout, add mobile responsiveness, make it look more premium. This is how you collaborate with AI. Image input brings design and coding closer together. For beginners, this is a wonderful bridge between imagination and implementation. Now let's understand sub-agents. This sounds technical, but the idea is simple. Imagine you have one main project manager That project manager divides work among different team members. One person works on the user interface, another person works on the backend, another person tests the app, another person writes documentation. This is the idea behind sub-agents. Instead of one AI doing everything in a single flow, Codex can use smaller specialized agents for different tasks. For example, one sub-agent builds the UI, one sub-agent writes API logic, one sub-agent checks bugs, one sub-agent writes tests, one sub-agent reviews security. This makes the work faster and more organized. For beginners, this is like having a small AI software team. But most important role is still yours. You decide the goal, you check whether the output is correct, you guide the direction. This is why AI development is becoming more like an orchestration. You are not just typing code anymore, you are managing intelligent assistants. This is very important future skill. People, people who learn how to divide work clearly and guide AI agents properly will be much more productive than people who only ask random prompts. Now let's make this practical. Suppose we want to build a web app that uses AI image models. The idea is simple. User types a description like sunset over the ocean. Then the app sends that prompt to an AI image model. The model generates an image. Then the app displays the result on the screen. Earlier, building this kind of app required many skills. You needed front-end coding, back-end API, authentication, image handling, error handling, and deployment. But with Codex, you can start much faster. You say, build a simple AI image generator web app. It should have a text box, a generate button, and a preview area. Codex can create the first version. Then you can improve it, make the UI more beautiful, add loading animation, save generated images, add download button, make it mobile friendly. This is the real power of AI coding. You do not need to build everything perfectly in one step. You build in layers. First, get the basic app working, then improve the UI, then add features, then test, then deploy. For beginners, this approach is very exciting because you can see results quickly. And when you see results quickly, you stay motivated. Now let's talk about GitHub integration. GitHub is where developers store code. But for beginners, GitHub is more than storage, it is your safety net. When Codex changes files, you need a way to track what changed. GitHub helps you to do that. You can see which files changed, what lines were added, what lines were removed, who made the change. You can go back to an older version. This is very important when using AI coding tools because AI may make many changes very quickly. Some changes may be good, some may break the app. So if you do not use GitHub, you may get lost. But if you use GitHub, you can commit your working version, then ask Codex to make changes. If the changes are good, commit again. If changes are bad, roll back. This gives you confidence. Think of GitHub like a time machine for your code. Every commit is like a save point in a video game. Before you try something risky, save your progress, then experiment freely. So whenever you use Codex for serious work, connect it with GitHub or at least use Git locally. AI coding without version control is risky. AI coding with GitHub becomes much safer and more professional. Finally, let's take the app live using Vercel deployment. This is the exciting moment. Until now, the app may be running only on your computer. You can see it, but others cannot easily use it. Deployment means putting your app on the internet so anyone can open it using a link. For many modern web apps, Vercel makes this very simple. The usual flow is push your code into GitHub, connect GitHub to Vercel, select the project, click deploy. Vercel builds the app and gives you a live URL. Now your app is no longer just a demo on your laptop. It's a real website. This is a big psychological moment for beginners because the moment your app is live, you feel, I built something real. And that feeling is powerful. Codex can help in this process too. It can prepare the project structure fix development errors, generate config files, explain build failures, and guide you through corrections. But again, always test, open the live link, check on mobile, click buttons, try wrong inputs, check loading, check errors. Deployed app is not complete just because it's live. It's complete when it works properly for users. So the complete journey is idea, Codex builds, GitHub saves, Vercel deploys, users access. That is a modern AI-powered software development workflow. So friends, that was the complete beginner-friendly roadmap for understanding OpenAI Codex in 2026. You saw how Codex can help you through CLI, IDE, extensions, desktop apps, image input, YOLO mode, sub-agents, GitHub integration, and Vercel deployment. But the biggest message I want you to take away is this: AI will not replace people who think clearly. AI will empower people who can explain clearly, review carefully, and build consistently. If you're a beginner, do not feel afraid. Start small, build a Hello World app, then build a to-do app, then build an image generator, then connect to GitHub, then deploy it. Every small project will make you stronger. And if you're a student, freelancer, small business owner, or non-technical founder, this is your opportunity. You will no longer need to wait for months to test an idea. You can build prototypes faster than ever before. But always remember, use AI responsibly, check the code, understand what is happening, and keep learning. If you found this useful, please like this video, share it with someone who wants to learn AI-powered coding, and comment below, I want to build with Codex. Also subscribe to TechieTalksAI, where we explore AI, coding, robotics, electronics, automation, and future technologies in a simple, practical way. Thank you for watching, and keep learning, keep building, and let your ideas become real software. See you in the next video.